The most common stereotype I hear about teenagers from my country is that people say that teenagers are naive, which I vehemently disagree with. Like, teenagers have a mind of their own and, magka-decide man sila balasang ila pag hindi lang sila.
People usually think of the Philippines as conservative, but I would say the youth, especially like they said, teenagers from the Philippines. I think the common misconception or the stereotypes are we're conservative, but I would say that yes, there's a lot of let's say religious people here, but that they're not necessarily conservative as you think. Most of them are actually pretty progressive compared to the teenagers before, especially during the 2000s. We're very open. We're very open as well. We're in this era where we're actually developing more. Actually, we're a little becoming more similar to the Americans, but we're a lot more, I would say, like polite, and we still live up to our culture on respecting our peers, our elders. So I would say the common misconception is we're conservative, but so basically common misconception is we're conservative, but I would say we're a lot more progressive than most people would think.
Common stereotypes from your country that you think are not true. Disrespectful sila. To some degree, I somehow believe it, pero I know it doesn't really apply to every American teenager man. I think there's a stereotype going around that Filipinos are not really smart, but I have met a lot of teenagers, Filipino teenagers that are actually really smart. Although to some degree, I also believe na not all Filipino teenagers are also smart man.
I think it's not as common as it was before. Or foreigners of any race or from anywhere they're from, most of them think na Filipinos don't know paano mag-English, na broken English lang ang kaya namon, or ga-assume lagi sila na either we're poor or we're not as updated as other countries are. Pero the thing is, I'm speaking in English straight right now. I'm one of the examples that, we can speak in English fluently. So, yeah.
What are some common stereotypes about teenagers from our country that you think are not true? Firstly, I think they think about us nga they think we're uneducated, which is wrong, actually.
Hindi matuod is they think that teenagers that are, let's say, they are not sociable. I think based on this generation, not sociable, they don't know how to be associated with others. They only think about themselves and not smart, lazy. But I think that is the common misconception about teenagers nowadays, is that it is not true, because I've known people my age and also younger than me who are hardworking, who are very sociable, and they know how to pakikigsama.
Filipino teenagers are obedient. Let me say that it's not really fully true, because there are some Filipinos who are like very liberal on how they think and how they perceive things and how they view themselves. So that is one of untrue stereotypes, that Filipino teenagers are obedient to like their parents or society as a whole.
As I've said, I have American friends. A lot, actually. I asked them, ano ang ila insights kisa sa mga Filipinos. Like, for example, before they met me, because one of them actually said that, you're not what I expected, something like that. What I was intrigued. I asked, what do you mean? Yet I'm not what you expected. So they said they thought Filipinos are like ugly, very black, something like that. And I'm like, they have just a color. They also said not all American teenagers or not all Americans think that Filipinos are uneducated, because actually there's a lot of Filipinos na nag-eskwela sa America and they're smarter than them actually. So for me, ang not true lang siguro is like all Filipinos don't know how to speak English. Ko no. Some Americans think like that, yeah, like they don't know how to communicate. When in fact, 50 or no, 90% in our country are better English speakers than other Asian countries. So yeah.
Some people think all Filipino teens are poor or not smart, but that's not true. Many of us are talented, creative, and hardworking. Gago kami sa schools, not just na for academics, but also ga-join man kami sa any other clubs na makashow sang amon potentials and skills.
They think nga ay, Pilipina, wala nakabalo, without knowing that we have much more intelligence pinatago sa ating sleeves, and that we have so many capabilities to learn in various ways. Street smart. Some Filipinos are street smart. Our respect for our family, which is very, get to the top of the hierarchy when it comes to our values, that we tend to look up to our elderlies. I feel nothing. Not long. Let them discover what the truth is.
Nang I feel sad that they think that about us when we can do a lot more for our country, with that we have actually a lot of knowledge about things that they might not know.